If you have an HSA, which is a health savings account, and you're getting ready to start Medicare, watch this video before you do anything else. It could save you a lot of time and money. Hello, I'm Cheryl Scarlato with Senior Solutions Group, or SSG Insurance. I'm one half of a husband-wife team, and Frank, who also works alongside beside me, although you won't see him on camera, well, not much anyway. One question that we get a lot for people that are getting ready to go on Medicare is, what about my HSA? I love my HSA. I have a high deductible health plan at work, and my employer puts in $3,000 at the beginning of every year. Boom, and I want to keep it because I'm going to continue to work past 65. So, how does that mesh with Medicare? Well, that is a really great question, and I'm glad that you asked it. You can continue to have an HSA after the age of 65 as long as you don't start Medicare. That sounds easy enough, right? Well, however, as far as you're concerned, Medicare Part B is something that you sign up for, and you won't sign up for it as long as you work with an employer that has more than 20 employees. You learn that on the internet that you don't need an agent. You got this, right? Wrong, you don't have this because Medicare is composed of two parts. Well, I guess four parts actually. Two parts, Parts A and Part B. Part B, you sign up for. That's what you've already been told. Well, don't sign up for it. Part A, you don't sign up for. Part A, you automatically get that. So this is where it gets tricky. When you turn 65, you automatically have Part A, and if you have Part A, you can no longer contribute to an HSA, nor can your employer. The money cannot go in tax-free, and it cannot come out tax-free. The money can still go in, but now you've lost the tax consequences, and your accountant's going to be mad trying to figure this out on the back end. So what you need to do is opt out of Medicare Part A. If you're working for a small employer with less than 20 people, then you must take Medicare Part B. But if you don't, Medicare is primary. Your employer's group health will only pay after Medicare, so you might find out if you get a health claim that in effect, if you have little to no insurance, because you decline Part B so that you can continue to contribute to this HSA account. So let's say you're with a large employer, and that's generally the person I'm talking to. You're with a large employer, there's over 20 people on the plan, and there's probably more like 500 to 1,000 people in your group. You're working for a large national company and you want them to continue to put money into that HSA because you want to continue to work past 65, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, who knows. So you want to max out this really good perk you're getting from your employer. And you can do that. You can continue to receive his contributions to your HSA as long as you do not sign up for Part B and you opt out of Part A. And how do you opt out of Part A? If you want to opt out of Part A, you will need to file a CMS Form 1763. If you need it, hit me up, comment down in the comments, give us a call, and we can help you get that form, or you can just go to your Social Security account online and download it. You will need to fill this form out and send it to your local Social Security office to stop Part A. And then you can start Part A again at any time. That's no problem. Just call our office. Don't take B and opt out of A. So you're saying, why do I have to opt out of A? I didn't sign up for it. Well, A automatically starts when you start taking Social Security benefits, which I'm not going to go into in this video because if you did, you will want this HSA thing. You've got to pay back that Social Security. Another thing I'm not covering in this video. Part A automatically starts when you go on disability. Again, you can't be on disability without Part A, and you'd have to opt out of A. So I'm not talking to people that are working for companies with 20 or less employees. I'm not talking to people that are on disability, and I'm not talking to people that need their Social Security benefits. All the rest of you that want to continue with their HSA, it's possible. The secret sauce is how you opt out of your Medicare Part A. You've been getting those contributions into your HSA for the past 3 years. Cool. You're happy. You've got a lot of money in there, and you'll be able to use that money after you retire once you go on Medicare. As long as you use it for a qualified medical expense, and Medicare is not going to pay for your dental, your vision, and a ton of other stuff. So you'll be happy that you can draw that money out tax-free to pay for all these things that you won't have covered in Medicare. You'll be really happy to have that money. But here's one more I gotcha. If you know you're going to retire, you must stop contributing into your HSA 6 months before you go on Medicare. This is because when you enroll in Medicare Part A, the government gives you 6 months of retroactive coverage. So you have to stop contributing to your HSA 6 months before you enroll in Medicare. I know Medicare is confusing. I know you probably hated this video and you're really frustrated about Medicare, and you're probably throwing things at the wall right now. I'm with you on that. But that's how I make my living. We at Senior Solutions Group, we can't make it any easier. We can't make the system better. We can just help you navigate it. So if you're frustrated and you have more questions, you can give us a call. We are ready and willing and happy to help you through this maze that we call Medicare. So if this video was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel and share it with anyone that you know that may need some help. And down in the description below are a couple links. There's one link to our Medicare and Social Security cheat sheet and one link to our Medicare workshop. They're both free for you to download. Also, feel free to get on my book to ask any questions that you may have. We look forward to working with you.